For the ones who don't know me, I'm one of the organizers of this event, Peacemakers workshop, and also a team member of the Office of International Programs. I would like to thank you, first of all, a few of our guests who made it here today and will participate during the day. And again, I welcome you all, and I hope that this will be a day full of good presentations and exciting discussions. First of all, I would like to invite Senay Yitmen to the stage to give her welcome speech. Senay Yitmen is a graduate of International Relations Department of Koç University. As her master thesis, she studied the impact of Lebanese citizenship on the national identity perception of the Palestinian refugees and Armenians in Lebanon, where she also did her fieldwork study. She also worked at an NGO as a team leader of the Cultural Orientation Department for the refugees in Turkey. She's the one who gave the idea of this project to the Office of International Programs, and we thank you for that. She has put all of her effort to realize this project for 4 years now. She will be giving her welcome speech.
Welcome all to the presentation day of the workshop on the second leadership for peacemaking, how to overcome prejudices through dignity. As the co-organizer of this forum, and as the one who dreamed of this forum to be realized at Koç University, I would like to illuminate on the significance of the forum. Yet before that, I know that we get used to hearing about peacemaking, overcoming prejudices, dignity, as we hear them quite often. But what do they mean exactly? I would like to remind how related these words are to the inspiring words of Mevlana, a Turkish philosopher who said, "Şaşı göz güzelse ikiyi bir görür." In English, we can translate this as, two becomes one when we resolve the double vision of the crossed eyes, or unity is apparent when we uncross our eyes. Meaning that it is us who actually create similarities and differences between and among people, but it is still us who can see that we are still one and that we are all human beings with equal dignity in spite of the differences we may have between each other. Hence, peacemaking, overcoming prejudices, and dignity all together mean to believe in the value of making peace by realizing that we may have prejudices and that we can overcome those prejudices through dignity. But why is this still crucial? To illustrate this point, I would like to show a very short video for a few seconds. This is a research of Yale psychologist Karen Wynn on the perception of the us and them of babies and how babies create these dichotomies.
Baby laugh.
Would you like a snack?
It often babies a seemingly small, innocuous choice, graham crackers or Cheerios. When is probing something big, the origins of bias, the tendency to prefer others who are similar to ourselves.
Adults will like others who share even really absolutely trivial similarities with them.
So Nate, who chose Cheerios over graham crackers, preferred this orange cat who also likes Cheerios over this gray cat who likes graham crackers instead.
What do you like?
Apparently so.
He says?
But if babies have positive feelings for the similar puppet, do they actually have negative feelings for the one who's different? To find out, Wynn showed babies the gray cat, the one who liked the opposite food, struggling to open up the box to get a toy. Will Gregory want to see the graham cracker eater treated well? Or does he want him treated badly?
Which one do you like? That one, okay.
Gregory seemed to want the different puppet treated badly.
That is amazing. So he went with his bias in a way.
And so did Nate.
That one?
And 87% of the other babies tested. From this, Wynn concludes that infants prefer those who harm others who are unlike them.
What can we learn
we taught to hate.
I think there was a song like that.
And this is suggesting that we're not taught to hate, we're born to hate.
I think that we are built at the, to at the drop of a hat, create us and them.
And that's why we're not that moral. We have an initial moral sense that is in some ways very impressive, and in some ways really impressive. That we see some of the worst biases in adults reflected in the minds and in the behaviors of young babies.
But Bloom says understanding our earliest instincts can help.
If you want to eradicate racism, for instance, you really are going to want to know to what extent our babies will raise. To what extent is racism a natural part of humanity?
Sounds to me like the experiments show they are, because
I think to some extent, a bias to favor the self, where the self could be people who look like me, people who act like me, people who seem Casey, is a very strong human bias. It is what one would expect from a creature. That's the result from natural selection. But it has terrible consequences.
Okay, so why did I show you this video? What is the difference between a baby and an adult? As you see, the baby chose the doll, which is similar to him, although he has a negative behavior. The baby created the us and them. And have you come across with such incidents in your daily life? We may think differently, we may name incidents differently. We may privilege the one who thinks similar to us and other the one that we disagree with. So different than babies, don't we still should value the dignity of the one we disagree with and prevent developing negative feelings to the other side? Hence, the ultimate goal of the forum is to prevent someone to hate or develop negative feelings towards another person, even sure he is similar or not. The difference between babies and adults is becoming aware of the differences, but still respecting the dignity of the other side. And this forum is all about that. So in order to see the whole picture, don't we need to first distance ourselves from our circles, look back to where we were, to overcome prejudices, and approach to the other side by valuing the dignity of them. So this is the aim of the forum, and this is what happened during the last 3 days of the Dignity Workshop. And in order to contribute to seeing the whole picture, we organized this presentation day in order firstly to make you familiar with the dignity model of Dr. Donahue from Harvard University, to show what the Armenians and Turkish people think of each other and what the problem is according to them, to show the value and influence of this workshop, both last year and this year, to listen to new ideas about peace, bettering, improving the relations, overcoming prejudices, which I believe may inspire other people as well. Now, I'm leaving the place to the valuable peacemakers with this note of Archimedes, who once said, "Give me a place to stand and I will move the earth." Here is that place. Thank you.
Thank you, Senay, for your speech. Now I would like to thank you, invite Dr. Donahue to the stage. Dr. Donahue is an academic and a dedicated person who has spent almost 2 decades in the field of international conflict resolution, facilitating dialogue between communities in conflict. She gained her PhD in human development at the Department of Educational Psychology from the University of Wisconsin. She is currently an associate at the Weatherhead Center for International Affairs at Harvard University. She also has an influential book named Dignity, the Essential Role It Plays in Resolving Conflict. It's a great opportunity to have her here again this year with us and involving in another conflict resolution program. She has been leading the Peacemakers workshop for the last 3 years. And now I would like to invite her to here.
Responsible for making this week happen. I mean, I can tell you that We talked yesterday in the workshop about Turkish hospitality and how warm and welcoming and wonderful the Turkish people are at bringing people together and making them feel welcome. Well, this is certainly the case here, so I want to thank everybody. I know a lot of you in this room are responsible for us, all of us here, feeling more welcomed in a very traditional Turkish way, so thank you. So Burcu asked me to give a presentation for those of you who didn't take part in the workshop. And so I say to my friends from the workshop the last 3 days, you're gonna get a review. So I'm sorry you're gonna have to hear all of this again, but I have a feeling with a couple of the slides and I think the presentation is going to be slightly different for you. All right, so first of all, why did I spend so many years of my life thinking about dignity? And the first thing that I realized when I started working in international conflict was, first of all, it was this issue of dignity was present in all of the conflicts that I worked in, and I could see that it was a source of suffering for people everywhere in the world, yet it was not being talked about at all. This issue of dignity, about what it means to be treated in such a bad way, treated as if it didn't matter. This was present in all of the dialogues that I convened all over the world, but it was never discussed. Something as important as human dignity, and it was never discussed. And the other part of it, the sort of exciting and joyful aspect of learning about dignity, is not only is it a universal source of suffering, but if we get it right, if we learn how to treat other people with dignity, it can create a tremendous source of healing. People feel seen, people feel heard, people feel recognized, acknowledged, and I mean, to me, it's the magic bullet. And the other thing I want to point out about dignity is that what I ask people to do in these workshops that I conduct is just for a moment, just for the time that we're together, to try to think about ourselves not so much in our national identity,